what up, guys? Welcome to D1 Mentality. Today we got somebody y'all probably know for sure. Like, great athlete. She play volleyball. She's taller than me, by the way. So, welcome. Here we got Serena, right?
Yep, Serena.
Serena.
Serena like Serena Williams.
What's up? How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty decent. You know, we're like halfway through the season, so we're definitely starting to get into the grind of things. But you know, things are going well.
Okay.
I couldn't ask for a better time, honestly.
That's amazing, though. So, how you doing, like, during the season, though? How you feel about this season? You feel like it's different from last season?
Oh, for sure. We had like a whole shift in leadership styles, and I know people like see on the court like when a big presence leaves, like the seniors, the super seniors, and they're like, oh, our favorite Pitt players are going, like the team's gonna like drop in level. But there's actually this really interesting thing that happens is like the players that were maybe second string the year before like rise up and get so much better. So we have that kind of like transition going on. Like we have like new leaders on our team. So things are honestly going great. Like it's like, I don't know, the shoes needed to be filled and they were.
That's amazing, though, for real. Because I feel like, they still have, like, the expectation from last year. And we got to remember, like, they were fifth years. And normally it's, like, 4 years in NCAA. So they had more experience and everything. And I feel like people from last year, at least, they're learning a lot from them. And, like, right now, like, I feel like they're filling up the shoes. I've been watching the game, and the game be, like, pretty crazy good.
Right?
Yeah, that's amazing, though. I saw you scoring a lot. So how you feel about that? Like, I mean, like, you playing more than last year?
I'm playing about the same amount, but obviously I have a bigger role. Just because the seniors that were on either side of me were several years into their career, had established their connection with their setters. And now that I've had another year with the setters, our connection's even better. So yeah, I'm getting set a lot more, scoring a lot more, and I enjoy it.
That's amazing, though. So you planning to go pro after this?
I am. I actually am in conversations trying to figure out what country might be best for me, what league I want to play in, what level. I actually spoke to someone yesterday, just getting like some general information. So
that's amazing, though.
It's really exciting.
So if you could pick any country to play, which one would you pick?
I think Spain. My coach played in Spain.
Okay.
He like lived in.
Spain is amazing, though.
Oh my gosh, have you been?
I'm from Portugal, so I can just drive to Spain.
Oh
I've been like 30 times at least in Spain, though. Like,
that's insane.
We just drive there.
Why would you come to America for school?
Nice question. Like, to be honest with you, like, don't get me wrong, I love Europe, though. But US is they got this system in school where you can like handle sports and like study at the same time, you know? Because back home, if you want to play sport, you got to be like a pro athlete and choose to study. In the US, like, schools like kind of give you scholarship. They support you a lot in there, especially Pitt. Like, I love this setup, all this setup, like life skills, the way they got like to support you. Not just that, like, they just give you like all the support you need, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But that's the major reason I came here, though, to be honest with you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to Spain, you know. Spain will be.
It's absolutely gorgeous, and the pro teams there are pretty decent. And my coach played there, loved it. I played there during the couple days we were there with like some of the other pro teams, and it was just a great experience. People were so friendly. It was honestly like a dream,
different
like living
culture
by the ocean. That too.
Yeah, the weather. How was the food, though?
Oh my gosh. It was so
I like it. Food is good, right?
Even when you order American food there, like it's
different.
Still better. Yes.
Thank you. When I tell people that, people don't understand. Like, when I tell them like, bro, it's that good, they be like, yeah, it's good though. Yeah, but
the fruit's better.
Yeah.
Everything.
Natural though. But it's amazing though. So tell us a little bit where you from though. Like.
Okay. So I grew up in Southern California.
Cali girl.
Yeah. About 20 minutes from Los Angeles.
Okay.
And interestingly enough, when people think I come from California, they like expect like me to be in a similar area. No, lots of diversity, like in Pittsburgh, but I actually grew up in like an 80 to 90% Asian neighborhood.
Okay.
So I definitely stood out in like height, my skin color. So it was definitely a big transition going from that environment to the PWI that was Penn State, and then to Pittsburgh, going back to like a city environment.
That's amazing though, for
yeah,
real.
Been around a lot of different people.
Yeah, wait, but how was that? Like, you say you went to Penn State. I was like trading Cali, like a big city, kind of like for Penn State in the middle of nowhere? How was that?
How was like the transition?
How was the transition? Like, how did you deal with the part that like it's just school? You know, you don't have city around. How did you deal with that?
It was honestly, it was enjoyable the first year because everything in college is like new. You're like, I love this, I love that, I've never done this before. But by like year 2, 3, you just kind of get like tired of it, and you're like, is this all that there is? Like, you've seen everything there, and like at that age, I feel like I'm young. I still want to like experience new things.
It makes sense.
And it was just like time to grow.
It makes sense though. And then you came to Pitt.
I did come to Pitt.
Yeah. Wait, why do you chose to come to Pitt? Why?
The biggest thing I was looking for being being recruited the second time.
Okay.
I wanted to be around people that like I genuinely enjoyed. I genuinely wanted to spend time with.
Okay.
Like, it was no longer, I just want to win a national championship. And I mean, that's definitely possible here, but I wanted to be around girls that like I loved and I wanted to work hard for because
more like
I loved
family
them.
environment kind of.
For sure.
I feel like Pitt is really good on that, like especially like people around you though. People are amazing here though. Like there is no reason to complain.
Yeah.
So my question. What is the one thing you love about Pitt? Like, taking this thing you said right now, if you can pick, like, in all Pittsburgh, one thing you admire about Pitt.
I'm going to have to say, I saw your other video. You and Noah were talking about the hills.
Yeah.
But I love the hills. Like, okay, listen.
Oh, my God.
Like, once you're at the top of them, I'm not talking about Darrell, like, ooh, the construction below, so pretty. I'm talking about, like, Mount Washington, going through a drive in Shenley. Like, it's just gorgeous. There's this beautiful hill. Have you been to the Frisbee Golf?
No.
In Shenley? Okay. Well, you can see, like, all of downtown from, like, this hill, and people playing Frisbee Golf and their dogs, and it's just, like, an amazing...
Oh, I've been to Frisbee Golf, my bad. Yeah, I remember that,
Yeah, it's just beautiful. That's what I love.
I mean, I love that part. Don't get me wrong. Like, I do love that part. Things like Mount Washington, the view at night is crazy amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just getting there, you know what I'm saying?
It's getting there.
Like, that's the thing, is the process. Not just that. When I talk about hills, I used to live in the Bridge on Forbes. So basically, coming up here for practice, bro, I'd be sweating. I won't lie to you, though. I'd be, like, struggling coming up and down. So that's the hills we meant, though, to be honest with you. So you love the views in the Pitt.
Love the views.
Not the hills, the views, or just the...
I can do the hills.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, she like the grind. Yeah. Okay, next thing. What you hate the most? It's not, hate is a strong word. Maybe like you dislike the most.
Okay, it's an uncontrollable, but I like snow, but 6 months of it.
Oh gosh.
It's like fun at the beginning. It's like, let's make some like snow angels. Let's throw some snow around. Oh, I slipped on some ice. So funny.
Yeah.
But then it just gets old, you know?
It's
about
tough.
5 months in, I'm like, okay, just want to go to my car and it not to be freezing, you know?
Yeah, this stuff's especially from Cali though. So like,
yeah,
it's like tough on you, right?
Yeah, big change.
That's okay though.
It's worth it. It's worth it to live here for sure.
That's amazing though. So tell me, how did you start playing volleyball though?
Okay, so I started watching the Olympics when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
And there was this one girl, Destiny Hooker, on the right side, who was just super good. And I was like, I want to be just like her. So I tried out for my middle school team, lost every game for 2 years, and now I'm here. Humble beginnings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. So you ever play other sports or just like volleyball? You knew what you wanted since the beginning?
Once I played volleyball, I knew that's what I wanted, but I dabbled in soccer. Not soccer. No, I hate running.
She said I hate running.
I dabbled in softball.
Yeah.
A little bit of dance.
Okay.
Tennis.
So you got some moves, kinda, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the top portion of my team's dancers, I think.
Oh.
Not one of the worst.
Okay, I see you. Okay, so then you start doing volleyball, and like in Pitt at least though, what was like the hardest thing you faced like when you came here though?
I would say the emotional demand, just because. When you're practicing, you're like expected to try new things and fail at them. And I'm in a team sport. You do throws, correct?
Yes.
So it's like more an individual thing.
Yeah.
But as a team, like girls will hold each other accountable and tell each other like, hey, you need to pick it up. That's not okay. Yeah. And honestly, I was not expecting that, so I've definitely had to become a lot more coachable and like receptive to feedback because I know it's coming from a good place.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard sometimes, like to hear other people like kind of like trying to correct you. Like you kind of like it's like self-defense posture kind of.
Yeah,
you know
you clap back sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard, but if you think about it, sometimes you'd be like, oh, maybe I'm doing this wrong. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But that's amazing. Since you came like from a different background, you came from Cali, you did sports in high school, and then you went to like Penn State, and now in Pitt. I feel like you probably adapt really well, and you like learn that real quick though. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm definitely, no, for sure. I think the more places you live, the better you get at adapting, working with different people. And I think that's like a great skill that transferring has let me develop.
So what you studying though? What you studying?
I'm studying applied developmental psychology.
Okay.
So a lot of looking at like early interventions, early childhood education, ways to make just like the youth develop in a more efficient, supportive way.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So is it what you wanted since the beginning?
Yeah.
Like I'm asking that because I know some athletes they just focus on sports and they just pick whatever to study.
Yes.
And that's why like I was wondering like what you want to do after you finish like sports. After what you want to do though?
I'm thinking of either working an after school program, maybe getting my master's in counseling, become a licensed professional counselor. Probably not going to go that route, but something definitely working with kids. I mean, I love chatting with them. I just feel like I'm a kid. So it works, honestly.
This amazing, though, for real. So let's go back a little bit to Spain. So what's your goal? Like, what's your major goal playing? Like, if you can go to Spain, like play there, what's your major goal though?
I think I definitely want to work up to the top league, and I want to have like a long professional career. Some people just like do it as like a living abroad thing for maybe 1 or 2 years. But I think if my body lets me and I enjoy it and I'm able to immerse myself in the culture and like learn Spanish how I plan to, I definitely want to just make a career out of it. I mean, being a full-time athlete and having 20 hours of the day to do what else you want, it's like
amazing, right?
I feel like it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah. My question, would you love to stay and live in Spain, or would you like see yourself coming back to US?
I think I'd like to live in Europe. Maybe not Spain the whole time, but I see myself moving around, maybe living abroad in the end.
Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. So let's go back to practice and sport-wise.
Okay.
So you probably have hard days. You've been doing this for so long. So how do you like deal with your hard days? Like the days you felt like you sore, but you don't want to like wake up and go to practice.
Okay. Something that I've been thinking a lot about, like when things are really tough and like I honestly hate the drill we're doing, or like I can't stand to do like another fish sprint that day. It's 6 touches, which isn't that bad, but like when you're in a bad mood, they're really bad. Yeah. I just like think like, okay, this is really good practice for when I really don't like the way a game is going and I have to turn it around. So I'm like, okay, every time something's really hard, it's an opportunity to like push through it and get better at difficult situations, because you can always like be good in a comfortable environment, but when you really get better is when like you're like sick, or like you have a sprained ankle, or like your body's feeling awful. Like that's when you really get better, I think. Yeah.
Like for real, especially mentally, you get like more resilient, to be honest. And I feel like people sometimes they don't understand that, like pushing through the pain. And I would say like, I wouldn't say most of people, but I would say like some people give up actually.
For sure.
And that's hard, you know?
Yeah.
Like
definitely. Volleyball's a sport where if you have a broken finger, like you're still playing. It's just how it is. Or you have like, you're in a boot all day, like you're playing, like your team needs you. And once the adrenaline kicks in,
you're good.
You're good.
Yeah, but that's one thing too I wanted to mention. I feel like public watching sometimes they don't understand that.
No.
And they be like, oh, you suck. But like sometimes they don't understand that like you giving it all, you know what I'm saying? You're doing everything you can like to support your team. Even pushing through the pain. And like how you deal with that, like you gotta isolate yourself, like ignore people, what you do?
I I honestly just like ignore the feedback, because that's what you have to do. My junior year, I had a pretty bad injury, ended up playing throughout the whole year still, had my worst season ever, but like it was what I had to give. It was all I had to give, and I had to give it. And obviously people were like, oh, the little things I did look at. It was like, oh, Serena's like giving up, like she doesn't want to play. It's like that's not it. I'm playing awful right now because I shouldn't be playing, but I want to play.
Yeah, that's deep though. I won't lie to you. That's really deep. Especially like, I don't know. We gotta like, people gotta understand sometimes. Like, we don't even know sometimes what is going on with people, like mentally, emotionally. And it's very hard just to be like a college student. Like, handle all the classes, going through stress. Like, people get depressed. People like, they got days they don't want to wake up, you know what I'm saying? But on top of that, being an athlete, you know, they expect you to have the same grades. They expect you to do the same things. They expect you to like go through the pain, go through the injury, you know, the price you gotta pay to compete at that level.
Yeah.
And I feel like people, we just sometimes gotta support each other and understand each other, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially people out there like right now, like feeling overwhelmed or whatever, like we send you all the energy, right? So just make sure like, you know, we all keep pushing through though, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me some though. I mean, pushing through all that pain, do you think it's like worth it?
I honestly think so, yeah. I think I wouldn't be the person I am today, or I don't think I'd be like as strong as I am if I didn't learn how to like deal with those things and overcome them. Because I feel like in normal life, like people are like, oh, my work situation's really awful, like we're going through a tough period, like I'm gonna switch jobs. Or it's like, this relationship isn't working out, like let's break up. But like as an athlete, you're in this situation for a long time, and it's up to you to like change the culture and fix things. So I feel like there's a lot of problem solving when you're an athlete and you're kind of like tied into something, because you can't just give up and remove yourself like normal people can. One
thing I think I heard Kobe saying, something like that, it was like, sometimes we're dealing with something, but we forgot like people watching, especially some kids are watching, they're inspired by us.
Yeah.
And like, if we give up, like, that's the idea we're giving them though.
Yes.
Like, you got brothers, you got sisters. So how your family like support you through all this stuff? You feel support from them?
Oh, for sure. When I'm going through a tough time, I'll be like transparent with my parents, and they'll like send me a text like, we're praying for you. We know everything's gonna end up good in the end, and everything's gonna work in your favor. Just stuff like that. Or like we support any decision you make.
You make a big difference though.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a big believer that like, I feel like sometimes you ask God for something, and God said like, oh, for you to get there, you gotta go through this pain, that pain, and this, and then you're gonna get there. Because when you get there, you appreciate more what you have, because you went through all that, you know? Yeah, I'm a big believer of that, so I'm just like, whatever come, let's go, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if it's like now okay, that means it's not the end, right?
Yeah.
Like, we keep hustling though.
No, for sure.
That's amazing. Yeah. So how do you see yourself, like, mentally, emotionally, physically, like, how do you see yourself?
I see myself as a top tier person and a top tier athlete. Like, I see myself being able to adapt to any change. Yeah, hopefully I have my own place. I have a little side hustle going on.
That's nice.
I don't know what my side hustle is going to be, but probably something like fun. Like, I love to make smoothies. Maybe I'll like invest in like a little smoothie chain or something.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah, I definitely see myself playing like in the Volleyball Nations League, which is like a group of like all of the countries' like best players playing against other countries' best players. So yeah, I just see like my volleyball journey going up, my personal development continuing.
That's amazing though. So one thing I realized a little bit about you is like, you got your own style, you got your own energy. So how you do that? Because I know like a lot of people, especially in this world right now we're living in, like they follow each other.
Yes.
You talk about social media, everybody's trying to dress up the same.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to be like, talk, walk the same, you know? And I feel like you got your own energy. Like, how did you like develop all that, and why you pick like to protect and like keep your energy like that?
I just feel like this is gonna sound corny, but have you heard the phrase? It's like be yourself is like that's the only person you can be.
Okay.
So I took a break from social media because I felt like there was a lot of pressure to like, this was a year ago, to like have a certain image. Like you see these athletes Instagrams and they're like so polished and like there's all these NIL deals and it's like they go on photo shoots just for their Instagram. And I just thought, I'm going to talk in terms of social media, like I'm going to post what makes me happy, like my stuffed animal, it makes me happy, carving pumpkins.
Yes, I did.
You saw that one?
Yeah.
And I just like I enjoy posting stuff that's just like candid and just like natural, because I feel like so often people script things and try to make their lives appear a certain way, and then obviously people want to compare. So I just feel like if I can be as like transparent and real, then I'm like pushing that towards other people, like themselves being real.
So it make a lot of sense, because that's one of the things I saw in your social media. You wasn't like bragging or showing up like you're an athlete, you had this, you had that. I saw your pictures more like smiling, kind of like posting like
a little goofy.
Yeah, a little bit. I was like, yeah, that's amazing for sure. I really like that though. Tell us, like, what is the message like you want to leave to people watching this? What is the message you want to leave to, like, especially other athletes in the Pitt, and especially like, I don't know, people going through struggle right now? What the message you want to leave to them?
I'm probably gonna say that the more you put into like everything in life, your sport, academics, the more you'll get out of it. I know sometimes it's a lot easier just to get by when you have a tough day, but I really encourage you just to take that extra step to challenge yourself, because the next time you see that challenge, it's just gonna be so much more manageable. And I also encourage you to reach out if you need mental health resources, mental health help, because that also makes your college experience so much better. And that goes for everyone.
Yeah, knowing that you have that support is always amazing.
Yeah.
Especially like people going through a lot right now. I mean, we're in exams and like not just that, people on season, off season, some people injured though. And I know they're probably going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
So like, just don't lose your hope, you know what I'm saying? Keep fighting, keep pushing through, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. There is always people around the corner trying to help us, right?
Yeah, so many. Danny texts me like once a week, like, hey Serena, like I have this amazing opportunity. Do you want to meet this person? Or like, how you doing? My sports like everyone here is reaching their hand out. You just kind of have to take their hand.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much
for being here. It was really amazing having you here, though, for real. Like, you're just a talk person. You're really good at it.
I'm a chatty person.
Yeah, thank you very much. And like, I guess I'll be watching your games for sure, though.
Okay.